Hello, today is World Watercolor Month Day 2. The theme is passion, so we are going to paint this passion flower. I think it's really pretty. I got it from unsplash.com, so you can head there and check it out if you'd like to paint it as well. So the colors I decided to use today are Dioxazine Violet, Ultramarine Deep, I picked Purple, Caput Mortem Deep. I also chose Verona Green Earth, Green Yellow, which is one of my favorite colors from Lucas, and then I went back and chose Permanent Yellow Light. Instead of doing a step-by-step tutorial, you'll get plenty of those over the upcoming month. I thought I could talk about why I participate in this 31-day challenge. This is my 4th year painting 30 paintings in 30 days or close to it. I started in 2018. I participated in 2019. I did skip 2020. I just wasn't feeling up to paint. I did almost nothing artistic that year. And then I picked it back up last year. So this year is my 4th year participating. So I actually started watercolor painting in the spring of 2018. And like most people who are learning a new skill, I went on YouTube and I was watching all the tutorials that I possibly could. And I stumbled upon Mind of Watercolor YouTube channel. And he was talking about this challenge, this watercolor challenge, where you paint a painting a day for the month of July. And I thought it would be a great way for me to improve my skills. I'm a teacher in real life, and I know practice just helps you get better at whatever it is you're trying to do. When I start my 30-day challenge, I have to tell myself that I'm going into it for practice. I'm not necessarily going to be making, one of my greatest pieces ever. I make sure that I am not using my most expensive paints. I am using good quality paints, artist grade paints. I'm using my Lucas Aquarelle watercolors, and they're a fraction of the cost of a Danielle Smith or an M. Graham, but I am still going to get good results with these paints. So if I do happen to make a great painting, I know it's at least going to be archival. I buy Arches pads of paper when they're on sale or when I can use a coupon, and I cut the sheets in half. So I am using, again, good quality paper, but it's not a huge investment of money. And I keep all of these paintings generally under 2 hours. So that way it's not a lot of money and it's not a lot of time. I feel more free to experiment, and I don't feel like I've ruined my supplies and I've wasted all this time if I turn out a painting that I don't love. I'm going to be honest. This painting that I did today of the passion flower, not one of my favorite paintings. There's parts about it I like. There's parts about it that I really wish I could do over again. 5 years ago, I would have beaten myself up over creating a piece of art that I didn't like. With 3 years of World Watercolor Month challenges down, that's almost 100 paintings from just the challenges alone. I can look back and see my growth over time. A painting that I don't like now is still 10 times better than those first few paintings that I did. And I know my painting on July 31st will be much better than my painting that I completed on July 2nd. So I do look at each individual painting to see how I can improve, but I look at the month as a whole, and then I look at the entire collection of paintings that I've done during the World Watercolor Month challenges, and I can really appreciate how much time and effort and growth has gone into where I am now. And I also know that I have plenty of room to improve, but I also have plenty of time to improve. And if you want to see a flip through of my World Watercolor Month paintings that I've done so far, let me know in the comments below. A piece of advice that I will give is taking on a 30-day challenge can get stressful. It is a commitment. you're putting aside a few hours every day to commit to a hobby when you still have your life going on around you. You still have your full-time job or your family or your kids or whatever it is that you normally spend your time doing. So I don't beat myself up if I have to skip a day during this challenge. I won't skip more than one day a week. Ultimately, the goal is to improve, and if I make too many excuses to skip days, I won't get any better. Enough now about why I'm participating in these 30-day challenges and why I think everybody should give it at least a shot once. Let's actually talk about what it is about this passion flower painting that I don't like. Number one, I think the background is too busy for the complexity of the flower. I should have done the background more of like a flat wash. I love the colors that I chose, and I love the way they blended together. It just competes too much with the flower. I also don't think the background is dark enough next to the flower. I don't think there's enough contrast between the foreground of the flower and the actual backgrounds. So what I might do later on in the month if I have time, I might take the dark blue and just do a flat wash over the entire background. It's going to dull down some of those bright greens that I have, which is going to make me a little bit sad, but I think the overall effect will create the contrast that I'm looking for, and it's going to make the flower pop. I'm going to have to figure out how to do it in a way that's going to let me pull out some of the background leaves. Because I had such a loose background, I was trying to have the leaves kind of be out of focus behind the flower. It just became too muddy though with the background that I chose. The leaves in the background became almost indistinguishable. The other thing I'd like to go back and try to fix is the stamen area. Well, I think it's the stamen of the flower. It's the part that juts out from the center of the flower. I got very overwhelmed by my reference photo, and I just kind of slapped some color down, and I should have stopped, walked away, and come back a little bit later with fresh eyes, and I think I would have been able to do a better job than what I'm doing here. I do like the color choices I made. I do like that I improved from yesterday using the masking fluid. I made sure I waited till the painting was completely dry before I started taking it off. I had no mishaps with it. I do like the way this purple contrasts with the green, and I like the little blue feathery parts of the flower. My goal is going to be to take away the positives from this painting, remember the mistakes I made, and just move forward with the next 29 days that I have left to this challenge. And how about you? Have you ever participated in a monthly art challenge? If you have, let me know what your experiences are. Would you do it again? Did you learn anything from it? And what is your advice to somebody who is starting out with a 30-day challenge? Oh, and I almost forgot. What are some of the other art challenges you participate in? I've heard of Sketchtember. I've participated in Inktober, but that's all I really know about. And I love a good art challenge, so hopefully you have something on your mind that I've never heard about. And here is the final painting. Well, we're going to say the to be continued painting because I do think I'm going to go back in and make some alterations. As always, thank you so much for taking your time and watching. And if you'd like, hit the subscribe button and hopefully you'll be able to get to see more of my paintings for this month. Thanks again. Bye.